Greetings to everybody. Hope everybody is fine. I'm very happy to meet you all again with today's gospel. Today's gospel is taken from the Gospel of Luke, chapter 10, verses 25 to 37. We will hear the parable of Good Samaritan. First, we will hear, and we will just we will just see what the Good Samaritan is speaking about. Just then, a lawyer stood up to test Jesus. Teacher, he said, what must I do to inherit eternal life? He said to him, what is written in the law? What do you read there? He answered, you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your strength and with all your mind and your neighbor as yourself. And he said to him, you have given the right answer. Do this and you will live. But wanting to justify himself, he asked Jesus, and who is my neighbor? Jesus replied, a man was going down from Jerusalem to Jericho and fell into the hands of the robbers, who stripped him, beat him, and went away, leaving him half dead. Now, by chance, a priest was going down that road, and when he saw him, he passed by on the other side. So likewise a Levite, when he came to the place and saw him, passed by other side. But a Samaritan, while traveling, came near him, and when he saw him, he was moved with pity. He went to him and bandaged his wounds, having poured oil and wine on them. Then he put him on his own camel, brought to him to an inn, and took care of him. The next day he took out 2 denarii, gave him to the innkeeper, and said, take care of him, and when I come back, I will repay you whatever you may spend. Which of these three do you think was a neighbor to the man who fell into the hands of the robbers? He said, the one who showed him mercy. Jesus said to him, go and do likewise. Yes, eh, yes, my dear followers, this is the parable just describe who is our own neighbor. Now let's see what the God really intend to see in this parable. Yes, already we have seen this is taken from the Gospel Luke. The passage from Bible known as the parable of Good Samaritan offers profound lessons and reflection on the nature of love, compassion, and neighborly behavior. Let us deal deeper into its meaning. The story begins with a lawyer posing a question to Jesus, seeking guidance on how to attain eternal life. Jesus responds by asking the lawyer what is written in the law and how he interprets it. The lawyer correctly answers that loving God with all one's being and loving one's neighbor as oneself are essential commandments. In the parable, a man is beaten, robbed, and left half dead on the other side of the road. Both the priest and Levite, respective figures within Jewish society, pass by without offering any help. But it is the Samaritan, someone despised and considered an outcast by the Jews, who adapts to aid the wounded man. He tends his wounds, provides transportation to an inn, and covers the expenses of his care. The reflection on this parable extends beyond action of kindness to address the condition of our hearts. It prompts us to examine our own prejudice, biases, and willingness to extend love and mercy to others regardless of our differences. Jesus concludes the parable by asking the lawyer which of the characters in the story proved to be a neighbor to be the wounded man. The lawyer responds by acknowledging it was the one who showed mercy. Jesus then instructed him to go and do likewise, highlighting the importance of imitating the compassion and love demonstrated by the Good Samaritan. This parable reminds us of all to call an action, yet challenging us to actively seek opportunities to show compassion and love to those who are around us. It encourages us to go beyond more words and doctrines, to live out our faith through acts of kindness, care, and service. Ultimately, the parable of Good Samaritan reminds us that love knows no boundaries and that true neighborliness transcends societal divisions. It prompts us to embrace the compassionate and inclusive approach to others, mirroring the love and mercy that God has shown us. Yes, my dear listeners, we have to also to respect others and be with them when they are in need. That's all. Thank you.